What is going on, everyone? How are we all doing? You may well notice we're already in a game against Leicester. We're losing 3-1, but that did actually happen in the last episode. We managed to lose 3 games out of everything. We played a ton last time around, but for some reason 3 games didn't save. As we lose 4-1, not the best start at all. We had the game against Braga, which we did end up winning again. We won it last time. West Ham, we won it 2-0 this time. I can't exactly remember what happened last time around, but I don't think we won. And then this time against Leicester, we have been absolutely smashed. Following on from this, though, we have a couple of games coming up today. Big games too. Villarreal, first of all. I might end up skipping that game. Arsenal in the league. That's going to be a very tough one too. And then we move on into December, which for me, I think is a very, very good month. We can get a lot of points from this and we can really shoot our way up the table. Just before we have a quick look at the state of the table in the EuroLeague, before we play Villarreal, we just have got this training session. No one's improved. Nothing too special at all. Our players are gradually getting better, but I do need them to improve a little bit quicker. Anyway, this is what we were talking about. Villarreal, we've got it in about 4 or 5 days. They are in first, we're in second. We can really afford to lose this one and then get any points at all against Partick Thistle in the last game, which we should be able to do. And that will take us through into the knockout stages, which really is quite incredible. I didn't expect anything like that at the start of the season. So it's all positive for us. I cannot remember the exact details of the game of when we were away from home in Villarreal. I believe we lost around 3-0. It was quite a convincing defeat. We may well be in for the same, but Abu Chewbacca gets a goal. They reply with an early goal in the 11th minute. We'll go in about 10 virtual minutes, which will be the 40th minute of the match. We will skip, and 2-1. Another defeat. I don't know what happened to Partick Thistle, and I forgot the other team in my group, but I cannot see it down on the side. We'll have to take a look at our European table in a little while, but first of all, this is our situation of play. We've got one game in hand, but it is the game we're about to play up against Arsenal. If we win, it will take us up to around 13th in the table. However, if we lose, we are really kind of joining that big relegation battle. We're in 16th. There's a lot of teams around us that are very, very close. In fact, even from 19th up to 8th place is separated by only 6 points. So anything is possible, but if we can get a win against Arsenal, that would just be insane. We always do seem to do really well against the big teams, or at least for the majority of the game. We do have a little collapse at sometimes, like we did against City and United. Both happened in the last episode. If you didn't watch that, make sure you do check that out. But today, I've got quite a good feeling. Myself as an Arsenal fan, it's going to feel a bit weird trying to play against them, but Southend United, I'm all for them at the moment whilst I am managing them, and I don't really know what I can do with this team. I think Nketiah was on loan, which is a bit of a surprise as to why we can play him. I guess I don't have any clauses in their team. Griffiths is in attacking midfield instead of Abu Chewbacca because he's very low on fitness, and I think purely for pace reasons, I'll probably put on McGlashan instead of Dimitri on the bench. That's another option. The options aren't great, but that's kind of all we got. So that's what we're going to roll with, and we may as well just get straight into this match. Being completely honest, I don't actually know how many players they still have in their team. El Nenny's there, Asano's in the team from what I saw. I also saw Monreal, Bellerin, Chambers. Like, we've stolen the majority of their future youngsters, so I don't really know what they've got as their team. Bielik as well. Either they're playing a very weak team or they've sold off all their best players. What? First of all, I swear that went out. And Ted Smith. What was that, man? Wow. Wow, wow. What a start to the match. Nelson on the run. Monreal surely doesn't have as much pace as he did back in the day. It's a tight angle, but Griffiths manages to bundle it over the line, and we are straight back in this match. Nelson, let's get that up there. Someone, I think that might just be offside. Nearly trickled through from the deflection.
Working the ball around, working the opposition around. Correa. A real chance here. And he's put it away.
Ah, no. Just easy. Literally straight into the middle of our box. And like that, it's 2-1. Okay, that is good play between the team. Maitland-Niles, that's a penalty. Every day of the week. Bellerin, what was that? Absolute shocker. I will take it though. Nelson, you have the opportunity here to equalise against your old team. And it was saved. Oh, no.
Back here. Correa. Royce.
Oh, straight down the middle.
What a lovely death finish.
Oh, and that finishes off the game.
And here he was.
They've been better than us, but we have pushed it close.
The challenge in your attack now.
Cipriano is the last person I could have wanted here. But Maitland-Niles, on the other hand.
Goal that went for it.
Okay.
Well, there's a
Okay.
tail here.
It's the 90th minute.
Deficit in half.
Can we get something back in? Oh, why did we have to concede before? And we just run it straight into him. What are we doing? And that's the end.
It's all over. And there is
If only we didn't concede that goal. What a different result that would have been.
goal.
We're kind of riding on the brink of relegation at the moment. I don't actually know where Swansea are in the table, but of course, a decent result would be nice. We always seem to just concede early. I know we did score early then. We've done it the last couple of games, but the defence is just quite weak. A couple of you guys did actually mention players from the comment section who I should sign. A few goalkeepers. I know one of the guys here, Juan Miranda from Barcelona B. And then Badiashile, I think that's one of them as well. I'm not sure 100%, but there's a couple more as well, which I'm definitely going to have a look at as we close in on the end of this game. And we got a goal and Ketty in the 88th minute. That means we actually win. But yeah, there's a few players that I'm definitely going to have a look at. I don't know their ratings, but I'm guessing there's that from you guys that they must be relatively decent. Finally, we are here with the final group game of the Euro League. The situation is Villarreal have more or less won the group already. I believe they have. We're 3 points ahead of Braga, but they're playing Villarreal now. We're up against Partick Thistle, who are in last. They've only got 1 point so far, but now we are away from home. So I think as long as Villarreal don't draw, as long as Villarreal don't lose and we get any points at all, we're good and we're going through to the next round. We are leading 1-0 and Ketia scored before he got subbed off briefly. And as we approach the 90th minute, 1-0, that does get us through. And also, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, Villarreal did beat Braga. So even if we did lose, it wouldn't have mattered. We have made it through into the knockout stages of the Euro League. I did just get quite excited for a minute there. It said that we got 4.5 million prize money for getting through to the knockout stages of the Euro League. I thought, great, let's go into our transfer budget. I go over to the transfer budget and we still only have 6 million. So good to see the club continue to invest in me and really helping out with my transfer budget. In case you couldn't tell, that was severe sarcasm, and I don't know why they're not giving me the money. I'm doing a good job. I've got them up really high. And again, as you can see there, we had the opportunity to score and concede earlier. However, they missed a penalty. Then they went on to score another one. But Nelson has scored. We're at half time. We've skipped and 4-1. Considering we're probably low on fitness, that's a great result. There really isn't too much going on at the moment. There's a few players that we need to sort out their contracts. Well, all of 7, that is actually quite a lot, and we will probably get around to them at some point. Ted Smith, probably more so for a sub goalkeeper, because as soon as the window opens, we're going to look for another goalkeeper and a few other players, which we will do. We're just going to try and get through as many games as possible until January comes around, and I think at the beginning of the month we'll find a couple of players, then probably finish the episode there. But anyway, I'm still chatting about that. It doesn't matter. We're in the game. We've got Southampton and we seem to be scoring loads of goals early on, and we're actually in good form after that win against Bournemouth. We go there and we win again. The Nelson and Ketia duo does it 2-0 against Southampton. We're well and truly in this Boxing Day, Christmas period. We've got a game today and then we've got another one in 2 days against Newcastle. We're on some very good form, but I can't see us winning both. Bennett's got the early goal there. We end up winning 2-0. We've actually won 3 in a row. The question is, can we make it 4 up against Newcastle? Our fitness and stamina will probably be low. We haven't rotated at all, which is probably quite silly on my behalf. And just another thing, my manager rating is up at 89 at the moment as Newcastle slot in that goal. Like I said, I'm not feeling too much. We're going to skip as we thought we were going to lose. We're into the transfer window and we've had some big news already. I keep on forgetting that I've loaned all of these players and not bought anyone, because Ellis Abu Chewbacca has left the club and he's gone back to Leipzig. Just as he was getting very good for us, he was around a 77 in rating. He's out of the club, so I'm going to have to try and quickly get him back. I'm just looking at any of the other players that we've got around here, if I can make any moves for them. Actually, I was looking if there's any release clauses, but by the look of it so far, there is not. I don't know if anyone's there. We've still got Guendouzi. I don't know where we can go with Guendouzi, but we'll delegate someone to buy at around... I honestly don't know his rating, so we'll go up to like 2.5 million. I think he'll be pretty decent, but we'll start at around not 190. That would be a big mistake. We'll start at around 1 million and see where we can go with that. All I seem to have done with Abu Chewbacca is actually just kind of raise his value and make him more unachievable for us to get as a player, because all of a sudden we can't sign him because he's worth 9.5 million. So we've just kind of ruled that one out. One of the suggestions was this guy, Badiashile. He's at Monaco at the moment, but his contract runs out in 6 months, so I think I'm actually going to try and poach him on the cheap. Also, I don't know too much about Miranda, but as you can see, 1.85 million. I may well just go straight in for that because he also plays centre-back, which could be a good factor for us. Alright, so we join ourselves here, and I'm still not sure about what his rating is, but we've managed to get negotiations down to just over 1 million, which we're going to agree on. So hopefully we can agree personal terms with him, and then he will be into the club. And as we come to the end of these negotiations, I'm hoping his value was low, purely because his contract was running out. If not, I don't know, but we're about to sign him, so I'm going on your guys' recommendation. Let's have a look what we've got. I decided to look around a little bit more, and we were negotiating for Guendouzi. However, they wanted to swap a player, and that's what my agent was doing at the time. I didn't want to do that, so I pulled out, and because of that, it's kind of ruined the transfer for a while. So again, with that, in about a week's time, we should be able to negotiate for Guendouzi and also sign Miranda because his buyout clause is only 1.8 million. Enough of transfers for the moment. We have got to play Chelsea. This will be probably the final game, at least that we play today. We may well simulate a few more after and then get on with the majority of our transfer business in the next episode. But we do have our new player in the team. Kukombi wants to leave, which is fine because we can let him go because Badiashile is in. And luckily enough for us, yes, he's only a 72, but we got him for 1 million and he is actually the same rating as Ted Smith. Because of that, we're actually just going to chuck him straight into the first team because I'm going to assume he has a very, very high potential. But Badiashile is 22, Ted Smith is 24, so he can drop down to the bench for the moment. We need to agree a contract with Smith anyway, so we may well be able to drop him down to rotation. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll just have to wait and see on that one. We need to fill the void, though, for Drew Yearwood, who is actually there now, and it's not Drew Yearwood who we need to fill the void for, it's Abu Chewbacca. We will start off with Griffiths there, but we're going to put Maitland-Niles as number 10 instead, because he can play that position as far as I'm aware. And that is going to be our team. So enough of me chatting. The final game we're going to play today, up against Chelsea. Can we do it? Who knows?
Basalico. Baker. Chelsea attacking here.
Okay, Abraham is charging through there. Gets the ball back and actually scores straight away. Keeper couldn't do anything about it, but the defence was shocking. Nice, nice, nice. Come on, make that run, Griffiths. You've got the space. You have the time, but you couldn't get the finish. But Maitland-Niles straight back in there with the rebound. 1-0.
Got the ball and they're going at the opposition with speed.
Okay, we have a possibility to get in behind here.
Sergio Ramos.
Good stuff through that gap. And Nketiah with the shot. Sends the keeper the wrong way. Easy stuff. The comeback kings. There we go. And again, we're free. I think we're going to get in here. They're shutting down the angle. What is their keeper doing? Courtois. 3-1. It's like as easy as that. Straight underneath him. Oh, Hazard. Oh, that brings them back in 1 goal. This slightly scares me right now. We haven't won a game against anyone in the top 6. The generic top 6. We always throw it away. Come on, let's push. Don't let them get that ball into the box. Good work, Kiernan. And there we go. We've actually beat a team in the top 6 of the Prem. We threw it away against City, United, Arsenal. In fact, now I say that, I think we did beat Liverpool, didn't we, at the start of the season. But it doesn't matter. We have got the result against Chelsea. That is fantastic. We've just had a little reminder that I need to do my contracts, which I will do. And another reminder about what can I say? There's nothing I can say. Look, 39.8 million. The money really is getting up there for Reece Nelson, and the money really could help the team. But again, I'm going to reject it because He's such a big factor for our team, and we're doing really well at the moment. Those other players that you guys have mentioned, I will pursue them in the next episode. If there's anybody else that you want me to sign, let me know down below. We're doing an amazing job. We're in 9th place. Look at the manager rating. We are 90. At a 90. That is kind of unheard of, but we're doing the business. And there we go. We're in 9th. We're kind of on the way to sealing our Premiership fate already, just from this good month, this good run of games. And this is what we've got coming up. We've got Leeds next time out, followed by Wigan in the FA Cup. We could try and go on a run on that. That'd be quite good to do. Also City, another big one. Then we've got a big gap to Watford, so we can get all that transfer business done. Just let me know who you think I should sign. Then, again, nothing too hard. The 2 games against Lyon in the EuroLeague will be difficult, and continuing on, that's all the way in March. That doesn't matter too much. Basically, the run looks alright. Next episode's going to be big. We're going to try and sign Guendouzi. We're going to try and sign Miranda, the left back as well, who can also play centre back. And I will get those contracts sorted out. So thank you all very much for watching today, guys. I hope you did all enjoy. If you did, hit the like button, stay subscribed as well. Leave me those comments. I will look at all of them. And I will see you all on the next video.